George R. R. Martin announces bittersweet ending for Game of Thrones. They're filming Jon Snow's funeral, Tower of Joy flashback, definitely confirmed. And more today on... Hello everybody, hope you're having a great day. Here's Val with another video to keep the White Walkers at bay. Yeah, I didn't spend too much time on that one. Let's start with the least interesting of our stories today. Nevertheless, something that some of you may actually get some guilty pleasure out of. Love is in the air. And what are the chances? Rosie Mac, the stunt double for Daenerys, and Ignacio Blanco, the stunt double for Daario, have actually started flirting on set and are now an official couple. Their favorite couple activity? Showing off their fit bodies on Instagram. Hey, you gotta have things in common if you want a relationship to work, right? Feel all the envy. But anyways, who cares? Let's move on. Tower of Joy has been officially confirmed, and we have something to hold on to now. Something better than a thread of hope. Something more like a really thick rope. For more information on how the Tower of Joy flashback will be filmed, I will be uploading a more in-depth video soon after this one. So stay tuned for that. David Bradley took a picture in Belfast? So much for not letting us know when you were going back, David. There's no actual proof that he's filming for Game of Thrones yet. He might be there on some other business. But if he's trying to hide it, he's doing a pretty bad job. We've got eyes everywhere. But David is not the only one who's allowing spoilery things to get leaked through the internet. Maisie Williams couldn't help but take some selfies of her swollen eyes and post them on Instagram. Now the entire world knows that Arya is definitely blind next season. Okay, it's not that much of a spoiler, but... It's alright, Maisie, you can keep taking selfies of the pain HBO is putting you through. We enjoy that shit. Daniel Portman, aka Podrick, tweeted that he was on his way to Belfast. So, not much speculation there. Same goes for Owen Teale, aka Allison Thorne, who has also joined the Belfast party. Someone saw him on Botanic Avenue but was too afraid to say hello. That's just a smart person right there. Any Kit Harington's hair stalkers around? I've got a goodie for you. This picture right here. Where if you really zoom in, like really zoom in, you can kinda see a black shadow around his head that may or may not be his spongy hair. I'm sure that's good enough for you guys. Also, this guy right here, that's Iwan Rheon. Ramsay Bolton. I just like saying it like that. Bolton. And this is Ben Crompton, the guy who plays Dolorus Ed. Yeah, him. Is this yet another hint that Jon Snow is alive? Well, a few pictures of the set for Castle Black and the Wall have surfaced. The photographer was too far back, of course, and we can't see much except a bunch of trailers and some of the wall. But they're saying that there's a column of smoke rising? Where is this? Where? Is it over here? Over there? Oh wait, this thing? That's the smoke you're talking about? Okay, I guess. I mean, the rest of the picture looks as grey as that one spot, but if a lot of people are saying it, I'm just gonna go with the crowd. Bleh. This smoke has everyone freaking out because it's quite possible that it means that they're filming Jon Snow's funeral. And if you were counting on fire cannot kill a dragon, I'll just give you a friendly reminder right here. Yes, he burned his hand. It wasn't as relevant in the show, but in the book, George actually made it a point to remind us very constantly that his hand hurt, and it seems like it never really healed. Of course, this doesn't mean that he's not Targaryen. Wink. Wink, wink. Wink, 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 wink. Plenty of Targaryens have been burnt before. So yes, they may be burning his dead body. And we still know nothing. Even less than Jon Snow ever did. Now, if you've been following George R. R. Martin at all, it's probably no secret to you that he loves Tolkien's work, and he finds inspiration in it. He recently said during an interview how he loved the way Tolkien finished Lord of the Rings with a bittersweet ending. He says it ends with victory, but it's a bittersweet victory because Frodo is never whole again, and he goes away to the Undying Lands, while the rest of the people live their lives. You see, if George is saying that he wants to finish A Song of Ice and Fire the same way that Tolkien finished Lord of the Rings, this could actually explain a lot of things. There was this one other interview where George actually admitted that he also loved how Tolkien finished one of his books with a cliffhanger, where you don't know if Frodo is dead or not until the next book came out. Sound familiar? Frodo was the main character in Lord of the Rings, so if George is putting Jon through the same cliffhanger, then we could assume Jon is indeed the main character in A Song of Ice and Fire. And if Frodo never being whole again was the bittersweet ending for Lord of the Rings, then you know where I'm going with this. Jon Snow not being whole again may be the bittersweet ending for Game of Thrones. This doesn't tell us much, but it's something. But then again, George is known for being unpredictable, so we can't be sure of anything. But sounds legit. So that's it for now, guys. Like I said earlier, next time I will be talking about the Tower of Joy in a more in-depth way. I will talk about all these Spain filming locations. Apparently we already have a filming location for Old Town and one for Bravos. It's really hard to keep up with all of these Game of Thrones news. You should really subscribe. Get them all nice and tight in one video. If you want to. You don't have to. But if you want to, it's right there. It's easy, it's quick, painless, you know. And as usual, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that cool stuff will be in the description below. Here, have a laugh.